Hi, so 22nd of December 2024, the day after the fight between Usyk and Fury. Here's some thoughts I have about it. First of all, Tyson looked quite good, but he had bulked up quite a lot. Probably a little bit too much, because when they did the weigh-in, and I deducted the jacket, and I thought, well, that's near the Wilder 2 fight. But someone always said, no, they weighed him at 1 o'clock earlier that day in the ceremonial weigh-in. So that he was actually 281 pound in weight. So I think he came in a little bit over his best weight. His best weight should have been 273. That's where he was, not only had more power, but he also had good speed. And I did a comparison between the Wilder 3 and the Wilder 2. Watched them back to back, the highlights, and I noticed he was a lot quicker. His punches were quicker, sharper, and he was knocking him down easily enough. I felt the weight he came in last night, 181, is even heavier than Wilder 3, and he looked a bit more sluggish, his shots did, and not so, weight behind the shots, yeah, but he didn't have the speed, I didn't think. Speed wasn't so good. And, well, anyway, I'll get into that a bit more, but let's just say about the fight. The fight was excellent. It was like two masters in the game of chess. It was brilliant to watch. Two so closely matched fighters. And I thought it was very difficult to score. I tried to score it as best I could each round, looking at who was throwing the better punches, the punches that were hurting the most, who looked in most trouble, who looked like they were on top, who looked like they were in a spot of bother. And as the rounds went on, I was finding it difficult to score them. So basically, it was like I'd have one for Tyson and one for Usyk, and it just kept going like that for me. But I kept thinking to myself, this is difficult to score. I didn't know some rounds. I didn't know who won that one, and it probably is some bias in me. But I wanted Fury to win, so. What I was looking at was, like, Tyson Fury would be on top. In a number of rounds, he'd be on top for 2 minutes, even 2.5 minutes. And then Usyk would come along for the last minute or last half a minute, and he'd be flying then. He'd be throwing a lot of punches, and he'd be landing the few. And I was thinking to myself, what should I score this? Tyson was on top for 2 minutes. So I'm thinking, well, 2 minutes versus 1 minute, or 2.5 minutes versus half a minute, I'll pick Tyson. But I was also thinking, what will the judges be thinking? Because I know the last half a minute is going to affect the judges' thoughts. And the other thing, Tyson was hitting him with some good shots. Clean shots, good shots, and you could see they were, moving him back, and he'd go on the back foot. Usyk would go on the back foot a bit after he'd been hit. But he never looked hurt. A little bit shaken, a little bit, go on the back foot. I'll watch out for that now. I won't get hit by that again, type of thing. He'd regroup, and he'd come back. He never looked in distress. Whereas, there was a few moments where Usyk was hitting Tyson Fury, and Tyson Fury was visibly either slightly hurt or slightly worried, like a worried look, and he'd go back, and sometimes he even went into the ropes, and it didn't look good. And I was thinking, it doesn't look good when you do that. You shouldn't be doing that. Like, he might have got hurt less than Usyk had been getting hurt, but Usyk, either he was covering he'd been hurt, and just kept that stony face. He'd smile a bit sometimes. You know he'd been hurt then, but like Tyson wasn't disguising if he was hurt. You know, like there wasn't no good poker face going on at all. He was like visibly, and it also could have been because he got hurt the last fight. That it was just worry. Oop, he had me in, he tagged me in. I don't want to get it again. And he'd be going back in and he'd have that worried expression. So it didn't look good. And, you know, there was a lot of things in that fight where I was thinking, Tyson, let me just say, my score at the end, I had it dead even, 6 rounds each. I had it a draw. But I purposely didn't give any rounds a 10-10. I purposely, because I thought, well, the judges are told now, do you know this? They're told not to give a round a draw. But in my mind I'm thinking, I don't know who to choose on this round. And then I'd think of a reason, well, Tyson was on top for longer, so I'll go for Tyson. But in my mind I'm thinking, judges could easily give this to Usyk. So I'm not saying I trust my scoring to be the accurate scoring. But what I am saying, I was 100% a very, very close fight. At the end of the fight, I just sat there and applauded them both. I thought they were both amazing. And whatever, Fury's lost now. But he definitely put up a brilliant performance. And he can be proud of that performance. He's shown all these people, I don't know why they've been saying he's never fought anyone good, blah, blah, blah. Wilder was rubbish. No, he's proven now he's, apart from Usyk, definitely the second best. I'm not going to slag Usyk down because he did amazing. But I'll just say a few things about Fury where I think he went wrong. Firstly, his weight. I've mentioned that. He won at his best fighting weight. Wilder 2. See how sharp he was. Watch the Wilder 2 highlights where he's fast. His punches are flowing so fast in that one compared to the Wilder 3. But he was only 4 pounds heavier, the Wilder 3. But also, everyone was saying this, and he basically said it himself, that he needs to get at him. Use his power, use his height, use his weight, bully him. And he even said himself, Tyson Fury, judges won't let me win if I go the distance. I need to win by knockout. I'm going to smash this mother, blah, blah, blah. I got to knock him out. He didn't fight a fight like as if he was just trying to smash him out. He stood the centre of the ring as much as he could. But he fought it like a chess match again. He fought Usyk's fight. And the boxer, the more person who always fights like that, came out on top again. His only chance of winning, which he even said himself, he needed to smash him out. But he wasn't looking like as if he was trying to smash him out. He didn't go for broke. The best fighter who ever fought against Usyk was Daniel Dubois, who went for it. He went for it big time and almost come good. But he tired, because that's the problem with that tactic. So if Tyson Fury had gone for that, tried to make it a shootout, he might have failed, because Usyk does have an exceptional chin. So there's no guarantee Tyson could have ever knocked him out. Usyk was only the worst I think I've seen him troubled was when in the Tyson 1 fight with the uppercut. He hit him with a couple of good shots there. Now, if we look at both these fights compared to Usyk Fury 1, Usyk Fury 2, they both hurt each other more in the first fight. Because this one was so like defensive, technical, chess match, seen who's a better boxer. Tyson was dodging everything. Whenever Usyk come on to him, he'd be on the back foot, making sure he don't get hit. But both of them ended that fight hardly hurt. Tyson said, didn't hurt me at all. Got a couple of bruises there, they'll be gone in a couple of days. Not a scratch on me, not hurt at all. Usyk said the same. Easier fight than last time, a lot easier. Not easier technically, he said, but easier physically. The other thing was that Tyson Fury had been in that training camp, away from his family 3 months, no contact from everyone. He did all these things, put himself into a dark place. Seemed like didn't do that much better for doing all that. And he went through all that calling Usyk and ugly this and ugly that, and I'm going to do this too, and swearing and going mad again. Didn't affect Usyk at all. There was no point in doing that. I see that as pantomime. It's just pantomime. Loads of people can't stand Fury. They hate him. They've got this hatred against him. Did you hear the way he was disrespecting Usyk and calling him this and calling him ugly and everything? It's all pantomime. It's been going on in boxing since the age of dot. I don't take notice of that. But he didn't need to do it. He stressed himself out doing that, which had no effect. The other thing was from around, 7 on maybe, Tyson Fury was using this tactic of doing a quick punch to Usyk and then grabbing him on the neck. Kept doing it a few times, like as if I'd hit him with a cheeky shot and grab him around the neck and then maul him. I had no effect on Usyk, but it didn't look good at all. I think that may have an effect on the judges going against Tyson Fury, because they're having this clean boxer match and he was trying to make it a little bit dirty. He hit him at the back of the head once and doing that. That didn't go down well for him. And the talk before the fight, I'm hurt, pain. In my mind, I was expecting to see Tyson Fury really going for it with huge shots trying to knock him out, I didn't see that. I just saw a chess match type boxing fight, masterclass. Still great fight, still great performance. But also what was missing, where was his uppercut? Was the fight, was he reading Usyk, trying to fucking have a moment where he could slam him uppercuts in, and just couldn't risk doing it because he was trying to keep his face covered from being hit. But I thought that's where he was going to get his most success from. I was expecting him to do that quite a lot and really smash him up. So I was a bit disappointed in Tyson's performance in that respect. His speed, I think he hit him with more powerful shots in the first fight. His speed of shot was a bit less, although he threw a lot, and he did really well. He did excellent. But as for the judging at the end, I did a post about, I was worried about the referee. He did good. Nothing wrong with the referee. The judges, well, they scored it 4 rounds, 116 to 112 Usyk, but I was expecting it to be more of a draw. And in my mind, personally, there's this new thing about judges shouldn't ever score rounds 10-10. They should always pick a fighter. I don't think that's right. If they see that round as equal, they should score it to 10-10. If they think I can't decide who that is, they should score it as a 10-10. They shouldn't just say, oh, I'm going to pick him because I got to pick someone. Because, they might just think, well, he was more energetic jumping around. His footwork was a bit better, so I'll pick him. It could be for any reason. There should be draw rounds. If we look at the viewers' vote from the television coverage, they had Tyson winning by a round. And then their votes, because they're all voting for each round, there's a few 10 rounds in it, which would happen. If you can't work out which one, it should be draw rounds. So I think it would have been closer if there were draw rounds. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what it would have come to. But I had it overall anyway as a draw. At the end then, I'm listening to everyone else. And a lot of people are saying, yeah, I agree with 116, 112. Some were saying, no, it should have been 115, 113. Some were saying draw. And then some were saying Fury. A lot were saying Fury. I would have given it a draw, but if I were to choose a winner, I would have gone for Fury. I would have gone for Fury simply on the fact that this deserves a trilogy. There's no real clear winner here yet. Let's get a trilogy and sort it out from there. But I think too, Tyson, for me, just because he was more pushing it. He was pushing the fight to Usyk, pushing it and getting more clean shots off from the majority of most rounds. But then Usyk would come back with a flurry at the end. So for the most time spent pushing the other one, it was Tyson Fury was pushing the pace. There we are. At the end of the day, it's done now. Loads of people had Usyk to win. And I've listened to the live, there were people doing live events and watching what they were saying throughout the fights. And what they were saying about Usyk. And we've all got our own opinions during the fight. I think the only reason that there's so many people saying they saw it differently is because it was so close. It just makes me more sure of my opinion that was a very close fight. And there's no shame in it for Fury. He was up against the best. But my very last thing to say, Usyk, I give him the most amount of praise ever for doing so good for the weight difference and for the size difference. For that, he deserves the win. For a man of 226 pounds against a man of 281 pounds, to do that is incredible. For his size, deserves it 100%. I don't think Tyson Fury, I believe he will go to his grave thinking he won that fight and everything. But he would have to agree. For his size, Usyk, unbelievable. Unbelievable. And, for the next fights, I think definitely it should be Fury against Anthony Joshua. And that's a tricky fight for Fury because Anthony Joshua can hit. And Fury can get hit. Now the one good thing about him being 281 pounds was his punch resistance was probably better. That's the one good thing. But if he fights Anthony Joshua, well, I'd recommend him go to somewhere around 273, 275. Make sure he's got his speed. Don't lose his speed. You want to keep your speed, man. But that would make a great fight. And as for Usyk against Daniel Dubois, Daniel Dubois is a wrecking machine. If he comes at Usyk with full wrecking ball power and gives it 100%, he could try that for 2 or 3 rounds and he might do it. If he tries to fight Usyk like Fury did, you have no chance. His only real way is going to be a bit of wrecking ball. Maybe you do some wrecking ball and then have a rest, and then wrecking ball rest. In, out. Make sure you can get away from him to recover and go in again and try and smash him up. But it's a very tricky fight because Usyk is good and he had his match last time, but Daniel Dubois is getting better, improving, and Usyk is getting older. So he might have declined a bit, but by the time they fix the fight, it could be a cracker. I've been watching videos of reactions of other people. There's been one by G-Man. I didn't really like that one much because all he did was used the fight and then to go into all the bad things Fury have done throughout his life. Picking up all the faults he done and all this and laying right into him, man. It's like hit the man when he's down. And G-Man has been so good. Watch, G-Man, you watch his pre-fight videos, they've all been pretty good about Fury. Not saying nothing much bad about him. He was one of the only ones which was like that. He saved it all till he got beat. And then he's laid into him like, whoa. For anyone who hates Tyson Fury, check it out. You'll enjoy it. But I just thought, God, something about people like hating on others. They're the ones with the problem. He has got mental problems. He says one thing 1 minute, another thing another minute. Most of his interviews, he's saying, I don't care nothing about legacy. I don't care nothing about blah, blah, blah. And in one interview, he's saying, I'm doing this for my legacy. I'm thinking, another contradiction. You don't know where you are with him. But, anyone who's close to Fury, you hear them talk, they say he changes from 1 minute to the next. You don't know where you are with him. People, if you listen to me, don't like Fury, carry on hating him. That's your prerogative. Right, I'm going on. I enjoyed that fight. I thought it was a brilliant, brilliant fight. But that's my reaction to it anyway. Like and subscribe if you want to, and leave a comment. Thanks for watching. Bye now.